In today's episode, I'm going to share with you what are the 3 C's of happiness. Now, these are 3 words that start with the letter C that will allow you to feel joy and happiness even and especially in times of crisis. So if you want to know what these 3 C's are, well, stay tuned and watch. This is Alexandra Villarroel Abrego, and I welcome you to another episode of AlexandraTV. Now, today's episode is about the keys of happiness, and these keys all start with the letter C, and there's 3 of them. Now, I remember the first time that I talked about this topic was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I remember doing a live for my students, and I told them that if you do these 3 things, so these 3 words that I'm about to share with you every single day, you will be feeling joy and happiness even during this crisis. So these are like the 3 saviors really that people can use and that you can use, of course. Now before we get started with that, don't forget to go and download your A.V.A pyramid. If you haven't done so yet, in the description below this video, you will find a link where you can find your own poster of the A.V.A pyramid, which are the 9 levels of personal and professional development. Now, this is a free tool that we created for you so that you can always know what's your next level, right? Where you headed next in life on your journey of personal or professional development. So make sure you go and download that if you haven't yet, right now. All right, so without any further ado, let's begin with the first C. The first C of happiness, which stands for connection. You see, very often when we're going through difficult times, we're gonna disconnect ourselves from the world and from others. And even if, there can be some benefits to spending time on your own to reflect on things, well, I still believe that as humans, we need connection. Right? We thrive on connection. We need to connect with others, whether this be in person, which I recommend, or maybe on the phone or on Zoom. You need to connect with other people so that you don't feel alone. So ask yourself, if you're going through something difficult right now in your life, when is the last time that you connected with someone, right? When is the last time that you talked to someone, that you spent time with someone? We need human interaction. So the first C to happiness, especially in times of crisis, is connection. The second C of happiness, and this is probably one of my favorites because it's fun, it's C, which stands for creation. So we need to create. Why do you think during the pandemic so many people were making bread? So many people were making recipes in the kitchen. It's because it's part of creativity, right? You create things with your hands. And in order to feel joy, especially in moments of, difficulty, it's good to create things, whether it be to create a piece of art, a painting or sculpture, to create a garden, to create food, right? Recipes and breads and cakes, and creating things brings joy into our lives. So whether this be in times of crisis or not, just creating, it's such an important thing. It's how everything starts, through creation. We came to this world through creation, right? So make sure that every single day you are creating something, a new project, a poem, a song that you're writing, an idea, anything, but make sure you are always in creative mode. And the last C of happiness is contribution. You need to contribute. Now, a lot of people might think, well, how can I contribute if right now I'm going through something difficult? Well, here's the magic behind this. When you're contributing, right, whether it be with your time or money or efforts or ideas or projects or passions really, or talents, when you're doing that, you're taking the focus off of you and now you're putting it into something else, which makes you feel good, which makes you feel better. So I really, really think that in life, you always have to contribute. I really believe that. But I think that especially in moments of crisis, you should be thinking of how can I help other people that are probably going through worse things than I am? Because the reality is that there's a lot of people in the world who are going through worse than, there's always gonna be someone who's having it worse than you. So try to find ways to contribute. I remember when the pandemic started, a lot of my students, I was so proud of them. They started doing like free challenges, giving free gifts, contributing, and that made them feel so good. They were so happy because it just makes us feel good, right? So I think this is a very powerful key also to feel happiness even in times of crisis. So these are the 3 C's to happiness. The first one, connection. We need to connect with people. Humans need connection, right? Then of course, C for creating, for creativity. We need to create things. It makes us feel good. And then of course, C for contribution. Remember these three things, do them every day, and believe me, you'll feel good no matter what happens in your life, all right? Now, if you like this video, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to share it with all of your friends. And of course, leave a comment also below. Let me know, what are your keys to happiness? What makes you feel happy in life? I would love to read from you. And then what I wanted to say is, of course, subscribe. Don't forget to, of course, subscribe to Alexandra TV for new episodes every week, all right? So I'll see you very, very soon.